Hey, I'm here with Greg Reed, one of my mentors, and Greg and I met 5 years ago, and the first time we sat down it was at UTC Starbucks, and I didn't know him from Adam, and he gave me some counsel that completely changed my life, and I don't know if you remember specifically what that was, but it was about something you had learned from one of your mentors that you passed on. So
Yeah, I didn't learn a lot from Adam, so I don't know who you're talking about, but Charlie Tremendous Jones, the legendary motivational legend, says that we are the same today as we'll be in 5 years, except for two things: the people we meet and the books we read. It's who you hang out with, it's what you put in your head that determines your character as a person. So back in high school, if you hung around smokers, you're a smoker. If you hung around jocks, you're a jock. Same thing applies today. If you hang around people that are positive, solution searching, then that's the type of dialogue that plays within our cranium, and those are the results you get.
awesome. And so you've had a lot of success, but you've also had some challenges. And so share with us kind of what the challenges, the valleys that you taught me. What did that teach you the most?
Well, you never make your major life-changing decision when you're in your lowest point, when you're in a valley. And what do I mean by that? Well, everything in life is cyclical. You have ups and you have downs. And when you have your down moment, what you want to do is make sure that you ride the storm out until you get a little bit of wind in your sail, a little bit of giddy up in your step. And if you can make a decision from that point of view when things start going your way, you'll save over 10 years of your life from having to go back and correct the wrong choices you made out of desperation at your lowest point.
And so for us, those are lane changers. Those are the shifts you have to make during those times to take your life in an overdrive, right? So what would you say is both a personal and then a professional lane change that you've made to do bigger and better things?
I'd say the first one comes with something I don't talk a lot about, but my sobriety, 27 years. And when I was 24 years old, I just decided that I didn't want that type of life. So I made a drastic lane change. I didn't put a blinker on. I just went for it. And it was one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had. And also, I'd say, selling my corporation, I was really set in my way of life for 20 years doing one industry. And one day when I realized the success equation, combining your passion with your talent, taking action with the right people, everything can adjust. And I got into the personal development field and never looked back.
And so the A that he's talking about, the association, is one thing that I've gotten about being around Greg. And we had the chance to write a book. He's written many, many books, and I had the chance to be a co-author in one of them.
Like I say, this book right here is one of the best you can get a hold of. Excellent stuff.
But here's the thing. From that, I learned how to do it, and I've learned from you the principles about actually go write it and do that, and then attract good people into my life. So,
and I want to go expand on that. You didn't wait till the timing was perfect.
right.
You didn't wait till Venus, Pluto, and Mars aligned. You started taking massive action and then let the how unveil itself. And by doing so, you end up teaming up with some good ghostwriters, copy editors to make you even sound better. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you got great designers. And then on top of that, you got a great publisher. Then on top of that. So the miracle can happen by simply taking massive action and stepping into your fear rather than running from it.
Right. And the big question I have for you is this. You've mentored me. You've mentored tons of people who may have not actually physically met you. And that's the beauty of what we do. But, I am kind of an example of following what you taught the same way you did. You told me to go do something, I went and did it.
That's
and
true.
then I come back and say, what do I do next? Same thing you did with your mentor. So what is one thing that you would challenge them to do? If whatever they're doing, what is the next step for that person?
I always keep going back down to the association. I know it sounds redundant, but it's true. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if we want our life to be different, then we have to start hanging out and associating with people that are doing and getting the results that we want. For example, when I wanted to become a best-selling author, I went to the Barnes & Noble, bought every bestseller. I called those authors up and said, teach me. When I wanted to become a public speaker, I went to Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and all these people and said, teach me. When we climbed Mount Kilimanjaro from here in La Jolla on the beach, how are we going to summit the roof of Africa? We found that people had done it 500, 600, 700 times and hired them and follow their footprint. Wherever they put a footprint, we put a footprint. We knew they'd make it to the top. So what I would do is ask yourself, who is getting the exact results that I want for my own life? And then how can I get to that person to ask them for counsel and then duplicate their efforts for yourself?
Awesome. And the last thing is this. You've given back unconditionally to so many people. And I think that's one of my gifts that I've learned from you is just to give without asking and receiving. The expectation doesn't need to be there. It will come back. And so, writing the foreword now for my book is, for me, it's almost like the mentor kind of becoming the mentoree, and now hopefully I'll be able to pass that down to other people. So
you're saying the student became the master?
I don't know if master.
That's what I'm hearing him say right now, everybody.
Master subject.
Oh, exactly.
But so how does it feel? I mean, how does it feel to know that you impacted, like when I read 3 Feet from Gold, that was at my that was my lane change. I didn't know what a lane change was at that point, but it changed everything for me. And I carried the yardstick for a year, like we, and that's how we met. And so, how does it feel to actually pass down something to somebody else that you may have never ever met without writing a book?
Again, I believe it's by leading by example. It's about attraction rather than promotion. So the whole concept is you live the life that other people aspire to emulate, and then you share the things. And people always ask the question about giving and unconditional. The realities are, it's not like a scheme or something that I do. It's just the way I was. Aren't you supposed to do that? Like that's what I was taught by my parents and my grandparents and my mentors. Just it's the right thing to do. It's not like there's a motive to it. It's just. Shouldn't you, if you know something, then you can help somebody else? Isn't it your obligation in life and duty to pass that on? And that, to me, is what it comes down to. I expect not only nothing in return, but more importantly, I just want to plant a seed. I don't even mind who gets the credit. So the whole thing is, they can have that aha 10 years from now, whoever they're standing from, it's their idea. That's cool as long as they got the idea. And to me, that's what's so neat. And congratulations for doing so good. You're following through. I mean, even in tennis and sports and everything we do together, the realities are, you not only just receive good counsel, you actually apply it. And that's the difference between people who succeed and those people who just dream.
Awesome. You're the man. Thank you for everything.
You got it?